I've not used this before, so I'm just trying it out.
Come over, just like the old times. We'll hit pause and then hit a rewind. You wanna come over, just like the old days, and we'll watch the time just fly. Hey buddy, no strangers here. These times I hold them dear. My door's open, so come on in. This was great, let's do it again. Just like the old days, and we'll watch the time just fly. Do you wanna come over? Just like the old times, we'll hit pause and then hit rewind. You wanna come over? Just like the old days, and we'll watch the time just fly.
Hey, what's up everyone? I've got a bit of a frog in my throat. I don't know how he jumped in there. I've been sick for a little while. We actually haven't done a live stream for... It's been weeks now. I think the last one was on the 8th or the 9th of this month. And it's not that we didn't plan to do more live streams. It's just so much stuff has happened this month that it's just put, not just me, but a lot of my friends in a position where we just don't have either the time to do it, or our times just don't connect. And that's the thing about time zones, right? Is that we're all over the world, so we're not always going to be able to fit in each other's time zones. Gazz isn't here right now. I hope that he can arrive soon. We did plan on doing this live stream, not this particular theme. I actually just thought of this last night. I think at one point we were going to talk about monsters and aliens and stuff like that. After the back end of our conversation of staying in a haunted hotel on the way through Canada to America. And then another one, I thought we were going to maybe talk about our theatre experiences, going into a theatre and watching movies for the first time, or our favourite theatre experiences or movie-going experiences. But we couldn't get enough people to get their times all to gel, and I really want a lot of people in on that one, because otherwise it's just me talking about my favourite experience, and you know that's not going to take very long. But we'll say hi to the chat real quick. Let's stream. Hi, StreamYard. Thanks for tuning in. Spoonkiller, let's go. Oh wait, I need to rewind my 3 movies before having to drive to the store to return them, before they charge me another day's rental. Yeah, we will get into some of our Blockbuster experiences, including late fees. Oh man, they were extravagant, weren't they? MC DJ ACDC saying, hey, hey. To be met with Spoonkillers. Uh-oh. I saw Stephen had jumped in. Stephen Hall, how are you, buddy? And Josh, how are you, Josh? If you haven't checked out Spoonkillers and Joe Fan's YouTube channels, please do. And another epic YouTube enthusiast and good friend, Joe Hunter 73. You got to update those numbers, mate. You're well ahead of 73. So as it's we've got Teddy Belcher 4K ultra wide. How wide is ultra wide? You have late fees on Beverly Hills. You know what? There were certain movies that I would get late fees on just because I just didn't want to take it back. Some videos I ended up keeping for so long I had to buy the video. I don't know if you guys had that where you were, but if it was like, if you had it for too long, they're like, you just got to buy it at this point, which would have been cheaper if I just bought it. Anyway, so I want to do a few shout outs to people who have not been feeling too good. And we had a few scares. Number one was the Lilith. They had a health scare very recently, went off the radar for far too long. And personally, I hit them up to see if they were okay, because I'd gotten a picture of them from hospital. They did not look good. They looked like they were going through the wars. And then it was radio silence for man, I must say 2 weeks. And I was talking to Adam, and I was like, Adam, buddy, I'm starting to think something bad has happened. Luckily, they hit me up and said that they were recovering, which is great. So shout out to them. And Adam, would you believe, for the second time, has found himself in an automobile accident. He's fine, but he was a bit of a scare there too. Jewel, who are you? Who? We know who you are, Jewel. Number one Doctor Who fan. They put the 9 on there just so they don't seem like they're snobby. And Nate's here. Speaking about people that are here, we got Gazz. Gazz has arrived. How are you, mate?
Sorry. I just got home like 20 minutes ago and had to get everything ready. And I realized that I changed some of my passwords. So when I logged onto my laptop, I had to change I had to correct the passwords.
Yeah, and then it tells you that you can't use the same password as your old password. It's like, I tried that bloody password.
So when I logged into Facebook on this thing, it didn't have the proper history, and I had to up the history, so I had to do the, restore the history, and that took a few. Oh, here I am.
Well, did I go earlier than normal? I always forget which time I normally go. No, you were just running late?
You were right on time. I was running late.
Oh, that's all right, buddy. Josiah, yo. Good to see you, buddy. There were a few people in the chat already, and I was just filling people in on a few bits and pieces that have been happening around the ground. So it's been a while since we've done one of these, and I'm just saying that it's been one of those crazy months where everyone's time, even like you proved my point today by having to race back and get here and do this. Last week I was pretty sick. I've still got a bit of a cough now. I've got my bottled water somewhere in this virtual room. Straight from Mount Franklin. I've never been, but their water's quite nice. So
good.
Yeah, it's not bad. They give it a 5-star health rating, so it's got to be good for. It's got to be good for you. You know what? In recent years, Gaz, you know what has blown my mind the most?
What's that?
The epic lie that was the food pyramid.
The epic lie that was a food pyramid?
Yeah, because the food pyramid had the smaller part was like eat the bits that aren't good, which makes sense, and then it was like only have so much meat and whatever, and then at the bottom it was like all those things like bread that make you fat, saying eat the most of that, milks and fats and yogurts and
right, yeah.
Look, I'm no health expert. Don't take. I mean, I'm a hefty dude, so don't take health advice from me. I'm just saying, maybe it's not my fault entirely. Maybe it's part of that pyramid, the pyramid scheme.
I think eat what you like, just in moderation, and it should be good.
Yeah, well, that's the moderation part. Hey, Phil had a great video. Happy 4th anniversary on YouTube, 4th birthday on YouTube, and he hit the 1K milestone, so epic stuff.
Does that mean he gets a gold plaque or a silver plaque?
Well, he gets a gold plaque in our hearts.
Phil is this gold standard to me. So what's new, buddy? What you been up to since the last time we did one of these?
It's been a while. I haven't even done an O-ring a bell with Nate in so long. We did try. Timing's been off. We haven't done a follow-up to the last. So the last live stream that I did on this channel was a Toy Biz one with Adam, and we're like, let's not wait weeks again. Let's do it soon. And then weeks later, we still haven't done it. It's just wild at the moment. I don't know what it is, but everything seems to be happening.
Hadn't got into that little car accident. Hope he's all good.
Yeah. No, he was all put together. Yeah, Phil, you're gonna have to tell us what that means. It was all put together with these. He looked like Weapon X. Like he had all these things attached to his body, sticky things. It was great. It was pretty fun.
You know what that means? That means Zazel's one good-looking guy.
That's what I thought it said.
Yeah.
But it looks a little bit more like Gazz, the greatest hero of them all. I don't know.
I don't think it's
Space Commander's been sick. We have been trying to do a incoming transmission for so long, and every time we try, he's also sort of been knocked out. We're just getting to that. We're dropping like flies, he reckons.
I feel bad. I keep forgetting. He asked me to order those softball shirts for him, and I keep forgetting about it. I keep forgetting.
He just reminded me about that today, in fact. I did look on the website, and those shirts are only available to people in the USA.
Yeah,
USA.
they're like $12 a whack. I'm gonna order some this week and get some out to him. I know he wanted like a couple of them, but I'm gonna order like maybe 3 of them and send them out to him.
Yeah, I think if you order an extra one, he might even put together a Space Commander shirt for you.
I got Hans's Rattler that I keep like. I can't do it this week. I keep doing this. I keep feeling bad. That's going out this weekend too.
I'm the worst at sending stuff out. I held on to stuff for Phil for so long that I ended up just taking it to him myself. Like, and that's not even the worst part. The worst part is I had stuff for Space Commander for so long, longer than that I took it to Phil and I said, "You send that." And I think Phil still has it all. So I've dropped the ball on that one, Space Commander. It was a the VHS copy of VHS, which is great because we're talking about that today. It was a VHS copy of the Machine Men Rock Lords video, otherwise known to you guys as GoBots. Yeah.
You mean the GoBots?
No, I mean the Machine Men.
You mean GoBots?
You mean the GoBots. So Nate said, I told Space if he doesn't open the window and let some fresh space in from time to time, he'll keep getting sick. Yeah, see, in space, no one can hear you puke, right?
Very true.
Oh, look. He has sent it. It's on its way. Yes. It would be just my luck if you forgot the VHS to go with it. And heroic nonsense. How are you, buddy? Ari actually has... Ari? I can call him Ari. Ari, that's Aussie way of saying Ari. He's got another channel.
I was going to say,
let me just get it. Ari has another channel, and it's all about stealth camping. And the thing about it is that he's got so many videos on his channel about stealth camping, and he hasn't stealth camped once yet. But now that might sound like a problem, but it's not. The great thing about it is it's the lead up to it. He's gone and explored all of these potential places, and as it's happened, the landscape has changed around him. So he's gone from like a winter landscape into where it's all ice and snow, and now it's all starting to flourish and it's all starting to come up. And locations where I thought, this doesn't look very stealthy. Yeah, he's a stealthy boy. Stealthy boy.
So wait. What is stealth camping exactly? What is he like? What does he just run into somebody's backyard, set up a tent, and sleep there for the night, and then leave in the morning?
If he didn't get caught, that would be stealth camping. But it's all about places. What's the word I'm looking for? I wish I knew good words. It's non-typical camping places that you should not necessarily be camping at. Like if you were found there, they might say, "Now, come on, you got to move on, buddy." Right? I don't know if necessarily Ari's going to go as far as camping in the middle of a roundabout, but
just say
that would be a location I've seen on YouTube where that does happen. Yeah, check it out one time. So many great channels here too today. So and more importantly, great friends with great channels. Check them all out. Like life's too short. Life's too short to not eat the snacks.
So wait. I got a lot of O-rings over there, and they're popping. The O-rings are popping because of the heat and stuff. And I have a Warthog set up next to my Joes. Like my Joes are all standing up in the Warthog. So I have Sarge.
How great is the Warthog?
Oh, such a beautiful vehicle. So I have Sarge, Mercer, Roadblock in the seats, and then I have Red Dog and Taurus hanging out of the side. Well,
nice.
I went over there to look today, and apparently the O-rings had popped on Mercer on Taurus and Red Dog, so they're upper half are gone. Their bodies are just hanging out, and the door came down, so it looks like killed them.
Cut them in half.
I'll send you a picture later.
Oh dear. Well, Josh is going to run for a bit. He's a busy boy.
So I was going to ask with the VHS, is there any of that stupid like world zones on the VHSs, or are you able to play them everywhere? Like on the DVDs.
That is a good question.
Like, because I think like US, I think US is world zone 1. I think like Europe is zone 2. Is there
I
any
think
of that real
Nate might be able to tell me better than I know, but I think we're region 4 for DVDs.
Yeah.
So Play Everywhere, Spoonkiller says. TJC apparently worked for Blockbuster for 10 years, he said.
Blockbuster.
Mm-hmm.
Teach such a great guy. I think I want to be on his channel tomorrow, playing Division 2 tomorrow. I think he said in some.
Oh, that's cool.
I have to keep an eye out for that.
Man, I have not played. Usually, I play Red Dead online, and it's like a ghost town now. Like, not a lot of people are on there anymore, which is fine for me, because I'm just no good. My skills, I'm always just getting shot because I'm no good, and I'm too busy tipping my hat to everyone. It's like howdy, and then it's like blam blam. It's like, well, damn, dead again. But I haven't had time to play. I've been working 6 days a week, while being sick. Things are out of control, and this is the best medicine is hanging out with buddies. So I appreciate you jumping on today. VHS versus Betamax. I don't remember the Betamax war.
Yeah, me neither.
I don't know if there was a lot in Australia, but I definitely didn't have one. Can you remember the first VHS that you picked yourself to watch at a Blockbuster?
It wasn't Blockbuster. We just bought a VCR, and we were at a store that was selling. They were selling the VCR. It's kind of like a like electronics department store here, and they were selling VHS. They were selling those units, and you were able to rent there as well.
Right.
We rented a couple of them, but the one that stands out is a science, was a science fiction
Jetman.
was a science fiction video called, I think it was called Millennium. It was about some weird thing where these people from the future would come in as a plane was crashing, and they would take all the people off, and then they fill them up with like dead bodies and stuff, and they would use the people to fight a future war or something crazy. Like, that was a terrible movie.
Oh, well, I mean, it's definitely one that resonates, and you can remember it. So, Deer Hunters for Spoonkiller.
Deer Hunters, like Deer Hunter with De Niro.
Yeah, that's Deer Hunter, right? Cobra Lang, man, you got some great videos coming out too, buddy. He's taking. I like the last one I saw. He was holding aloft his mighty sword that he got at RonCon, which was great. So you always got to stay till the end when it comes to Cobra Lang videos, because he does some cool stop motion stuff, and also you might see a sneaky sword, because a sneaky sword in on there. I remember, we grew up in a little town for a little while. Like, we moved all over the place when we were kids, but one of the places we lived in was Alice Springs in the Northern Territory, and my dad had a cricket club that he would go to after cricket, and part of their club was also that you could rent out VHS from them. So we used to go there and play Double Dragon and drink Cokes and eat chips, and then maybe rent a video out. And one of the ones that stick to me, now I didn't rent it because I was too scared to, but I saw the VHS cover of American Werewolf in London.
Oh.
And it was on the cover, or it could have been on the back, but either way, it was when he was part mutation and his face was getting longer.
Yeah,
Yeah. So I looked at that, and I was like, I don't know what that is, but I never want to see that movie. And guess who rented it? My dad. My dad rented it out. Now, he wouldn't let me watch it because he was a stickler for keeping to the ratings, right? And I was pretty young anyway, so I probably shouldn't have watched it. So I wasn't invited to watch it. However, I was a typical behind the couch watcher of movies that I wasn't allowed to watch, and so I would sneak out of my room. I was very much a night owl as a kid, insomniac. I could not sleep. I used to bed hop. Like, I'd go, if I couldn't sleep, I'd jump to my brother's bed, and then when he fell asleep, I'd go jump in my younger brother's bed, and I would just talk for hours. And I go, oh my god, I want to go to sleep. And then when that didn't work, I would then go and hang out in my parents' room until they got sick of me too, and then put me to bed. So I was one night. There was that bout of insomnia, and I snuck out. And I snuck out in the part of the movie where they're in a dirty movie theater, and his friend is a zombie ghost, and they're all sitting in the theater, and like it was a mix of emotions, right? Because I'm seeing like an adult movie parody, plus I'm seeing these zombies that are sitting in the movie theater, and I'm like, I don't know, I don't know if at the time I knew it was the same movie. I definitely put two and two together later on, but I was like, I'm out. Start crawling back to my room. I definitely got no sleep that time.
I used to like after bedtime I would sneak, like the way where my room was in the apartment, the living room we had set up as the middle room, and the way the TV was set up, it was facing like where you would walk in, which was right where my door was. So I'd just sit in the doorway and I'd watch TV, and then like every now and then like the stepbrother would go back. You know it was there.
Spoonkill's got a question for us. This is a great question. Did anyone ever sneak behind the black curtain at the video store?
Well, I think we went before we ever went to Blockbuster. We were going to this. I forget the name of the place. It was down in the city, local city called Worcester. They didn't have it was a door to go through. If I'm thinking of where he's talking about, right?
Yeah.
The adult movies. So it was a door. So we would never go near the door because obviously he would be able. They'd be like, "Hey, you can't go in there." So no, we never.
I have two brothers. One is a year older than me, and one is 4 years younger than me. Between the three of us, at any given time, one of us would be pushed in there. Right? And I think at the end we're like, oh no, don't push me in. But we definitely, each of us had at least one embarrassing moment of being pushed into the black curtain room, which is okay if nobody else is in there. But if there is, well, it's a huge shock. And the only VHS I remember seeing off the top of my head was Edward Penis Hands. I saw that, and then I was like, why is that in here? What is this? Why is this? It raised way more questions. Oh,
that's hilarious.
Yeah, so
Edward Penis Hands.
That memory has never left me. So there was a time where my dad worked for a bank, and there was a time where he also worked at a video store. It wouldn't have been a Blockbuster, but he was covering for my older cousin who went away for a holiday or whatever. I needed somebody to cover for him. I don't know the gist of it. I was a kid. I didn't ask questions. I was like, hey, Dad's working at the video store. So we went in there and we rented Garbage Pail Kids. So we rented a bunch of other... You've never seen a Garbage Pail? Oh, come on, man. It is... Now, to be fair, I haven't seen it that often as an adult, but I remember loving it as a kid. So what happened was we went there and we rented it. Dad was behind the counter and he gave us some popcorn, which I will say, spoiler alert, because we'll probably get to snack choice later. Top of the list of my snack choices is popcorn. Popcorn VHS of Garbage Pail Kids. Went home with Mum, watched the movie, and didn't realize how absolutely disgusting it was. Which, as a young child, what year did it come out? Garbage Pail Kids. How old was I? 87, so I would have been 6 or 7. And
I'm looking it up because I think the movie was available on YouTube for a short time.
Oh, right.
Yeah, but there's just trailers on here. Must have been taken down.
Josiah had a 6'2", 13-year-old buddy. Whoa. That was tall enough to reach over the wall, separating the dirty movies from the regular movies. Meanwhile, Nate's old enough, or young enough, that by the time he was walking around the aisles, they got rid of the curtain. Kiwi's here! How are you, buddy? I appreciate it. Yes, do please hit that like button. We appreciate it. So we brought it home, and it was absolute disgust fest that we absolutely loved it. Like, if you've ever seen the cards of the Garbage Pail Kid
Yeah,
cards,
we used to collect them.
right? We did too, which is why we were like, yay, a movie. It gets a lot of flack, and not a lot of people think it's a great movie. But at that age, 6 or 7 or 8 or whatever I was, we loved it. Like, we loved it so much we wanted to rent it again. So we were watching it, and then we watched it the next day, and then we have to return it. We're like, oh, watch it one more time, and we're watching it again, and then that's when Dad sort of comes into the room, and he's like, "What is this?" And I'm like, "This is the Garbage Pail Kids." This is the most disgusting thing. I think he saw a part where there's an alligator in it, an alligator man, and he's like eating body parts, like a finger, I think was part of it, or a toe. He's eating, and he's like, "You guys can't watch this." It's like, well, we've already watched it like 3 or 4 times. So we ended up having to take it back, and the very next time that we went there, because he wasn't covering for very long, but the next time that we went there, might have been the last time he was working there. We tried to rent it again, and he's like, no, you can't watch this one. It's too gross. And then there was, when we went to a different video store after he stopped working at that one, we were able to successfully get it in, because we had a bunch of videos. You used to get like a bunch of weeklies, right? Because you get as many weeklies for how much price, I don't know. But we put the stack onto the thing of the ones we were going to get, and we put Garbage Pail Kids in the middle of the stack. And as they was putting them through, we're like panicking. It's like, oh man, please don't see it. And we managed to get it through, and it was like hiding our excitement, like, yes. Yeah, but yeah, they are expensive now.
Something past your parents? That's hilarious.
I mean, come on, it's Garbage Pail. Who cares? Be kind, please rewind. Exactly. Now, were you a rewinder, Gaz, or did you just go, eh?
Well, our VCR was an automatic rewind. As soon as you got done, it just rewinded.
Yeah. Well, the automatic rewind. But we used to get to a halfway point and stop, and then because they used to have this machine that would rewind them at the Blockbuster that we went to, and it would rewind it so fast. We used to stand there and watch it happen, because you could hear the motors going.
He's just so amazed.
Yeah, I'm never rewinding again. Oh, that's a cool idea too. I remember those. We never had one, but that is cool. That is cool.
That's cool. Yeah, Blockbuster. First time I walked in, I think Blockbuster. The first thing I ever rented from there, I think, was a Godzilla movie.
Perfect. I think now I call this episode the magic of Blockbuster, and I think that the magic does extend to other video stores for different reasons, right? Because I think when we first went to a Blockbuster, that was the first time I felt like we were in a proper establishment. Whereas before that, they were sort of like a bit darkly lit. They had, maybe a smaller environment, and the racks were a little bit iffy. But when we went to Blockbuster, they were playing things on the walls. You could see commercials. You could check out what's coming down the line. Yep. A smorgasbord of snacks, video games. Well, man, when it got to a point where we stopped renting VHS and just started renting video games.
Yeah, I rented a few video games, not too many.
Yes, exactly that. Yeah, it was a special experience. But yeah, go ahead, Gaz.
I think it was a little mom and pop place when I lived in a small town, and it was like, you could tell it was kind of like, it was a popular place, even though it was I think there was a Blockbuster next town over, but a lot of people went to this one. And I remember walking in there, and I saw a copy of Buckaroo Banzai.
Oh, nice.
I walked up to the counter and I went, I don't want to rent it, I want to buy it, because I want
right. Yeah.
And they're like, I can't sell that to you, it's the only copy we have. I'm like, how many times does it rent out? Somebody buy it. I tried to hackle this guy for like an hour trying to get the video, and he wouldn't sell it.
Well, yeah, because you were the customer. He knew that you would come back and rent that video that made him no money previously.
Well, I offered him like $20 for it. That was more than worth it, but
oh, absolutely.
I don't know.
I think there were points where, for me, it would have been less expensive for my mum to buy the VHS, which, you know, videos were pretty expensive to buy when you look back on it, really.
Mm-hmm.
But I would often rent the same video if I liked it. Like, if I liked it a lot, I would rent it a lot.
Yeah,
Like, I rented
me too.
Ghostbusters so many times. And Mum was like, "You've seen this one?" I was like, "Yeah, but I like it." And so I think a game changer was being able to record off of the TV.
Yeah.
And you know, if you got you know, all the cartoons and stuff and the video and the
Yeah.
movies that you liked, well
We
then
had we
that
had
changed the
cable,
game.
we had cable channels, so it's a lot of like HBO, and we would, like, if there was a movie channel I knew it was coming on, like, premiering, I record it. I just record that, so I wouldn't have to like go down there, and I'd have like a little VHS world tape collection of. I remember no matter
So
where you go, there you are.
here's an interesting comment. I used to buy WWE videos from the video store. The first time I saw anything that was WWF at the time, the only thing I remember I didn't see any wrestling on TV. It all came from VHS. And the first time I ever saw Sarge as a real person was my buddy Josh had a VHS copy of might have been a Royal Rumble or something that he was a part of. And I'm like, "Oh my God, that's a real guy." But the first time I ever saw G.I. Joe was on VHS. I don't remember ever seeing G.I. Joe on TV here. I remember just renting it out on VHS. And one of the first episodes of G.I. Joe I ever saw on videotape was Ninja Holiday, which has Sergeant Slaughter posing as Wetsuit, because those two guys look the same. But that's how we watched our G.I. Joe, was via VHS.
That was a Deke series, right?
No. This was, I think they call it maybe season 2 of the Sunbow.
Yeah, all right. Yeah, okay. All right, yeah. I think it's on. I get that confused with the other one where the three Joes dress up as three different characters. I get that one mixed up. And that was a Deke.
That was a good episode, though. I don't mind that episode.
Yeah.
I think it was maybe Pathfinder. Maybe?
I think it was Topside, right?
Topside was there, and Ambush.
Yeah.
And they're different. They're getting trained by different parts of Cobra, which I thought was a great idea.
Yeah.
And I think General Hawk and Sergeant Slaughter were captured.
Yeah.
Yeah, Ninja Holiday.
Ninja Holiday.
Oh, Rent the Player. Ooh, I remember the first DVD player I ever bought was a DVD VHS combo.
Yeah.
And it was sold to me with the idea of that I could record DVDs onto VHS. I don't know why you'd want to, but it had that feature. And I tried it, and it said, "Sorry, DVD is protected from recording." I was like, "Well, why did I buy this thing?"
They first they started doing this like color thing. So like if you recorded it, it would like fade in and out. Like the color would fade in and out, so it looked horrible. And then they put this thing where you weren't allowed to do it. It's like, what the hell?
Unbelievable. I think the only time Nate saw G.I. Joe would have been on a VHS rented from my older brother. Or for your older brother. So you were renting from your brother? Speaking of renting, Heroic Nonsense with his thriftiness, they rented a console and games and charged people to play in our hotel room. Nice. And that's when the cops came to your place for the first time. They showed up. You wouldn't pirate a video, would you?
I remember asking, because before I even had a game system, I remember asking if we could rent one, and Mom was like, "No," because it was pretty expensive to rent one.
Yeah,
Go pick the movie out.
We were lucky enough to have quite a few consoles in the house. So I'm not. I don't think we were well off, but we were lucky enough to be able to have like Nintendos and Sega and stuff like that.
When I first got the PlayStation, I used to go down to that one the place I tried to buy the Buckaroo Banzai video. I used to go down there and I would rent games instead of like buying them. Then if I liked it, I'd go buy it. But
mate, we did the same thing only because we were burned so many times, because they say never judge a video game by its cover. We were burned so many times by how cool the cover looked to only find out later that it was just a crap game.
The only way you
we
could
would
find
rent it.
out how the game was, because You only see it in a magazine, or you get those like PlayStation like little demo discs where they show you a bunch of trailers to games, and then maybe there's
Yeah.
like one or two like games that you can play, and there was some stupid little game.
Uh,
You're like, oh, this
it's
looks
just,
good, so I'm gonna go get it, and then you're like, this sucks, and you can't take
I
it
think
back.
the only games that I was ever truly happy with, and they did have their flaws as well, were the Marvel games. So X-Men and Spider-Man game,
Mhm.
the just a Maximum Carnage's game was brilliant. Uh, oh yeah, the ultimate music hack. Before MP3 recordings, your music collection on your VHS tapes was the ultimate music hack. I agree. We used to try and tape a TV show called Rage here in Australia.
I used to sit like on a Saturday night when I was a kid, and I would, or like even Sunday mornings, they would have like the top 40, America Top 40 on, and I
Right,
would
yeah,
sit
with
there
Casey
like,
Kasem.
yeah, I would sit there, I had this little tape player, and I had a blank tape in there, and I would like wait, and then hit record and get all these songs. So I'd have like a series of songs with like some radio, like commercials in between, like short, like this is this is whatever station that go on.
Yes.
So
You
when I
know
hear
what? Go ahead.
when I hear some songs, my mind instantly expects to
Yes.
hear that stop between.
Mine is the same with cartoons and commercials.
Yeah,
So we would record all the cartoon shows on a Saturday or Sunday morning, and then we would watch those VHS tapes when we were in places that didn't quite have those channels. Because in the outback, you don't get all the channels, right?
right.
So we would re-watch those VHS copies that we recorded, and we ended up imprinting in our minds those jingles and those ads and stuff that would come in between. Where now, if I watch a G.I. Joe cartoon or a Transformers cartoon, probably more likely He-Man and Transformers, I would remember the ads that came in during this commercial break. And sometimes, if my brothers and I were having a beer, we just start singing one of the jingles from those times. It's one of those things that and one of those experiences that you probably don't appreciate at the time, right? You're like, ooh, ads, got to fast forward it. Oh yes. See, exactly, it was a game
Yep.
changer. Recording off of the TV was a game changer.
Well, they would always advertise that preview, so you always know when they're debuting a brand new movie, and so you just be like,
Yes.
here comes that HBO. So you get that. I don't know if everybody remembers that cool intro they had to the movie. It was like you're flying
Mm-hmm.
space and you see the HBO, and the HBO's like
Yes.
the Death Star, and it's like moving around. Then you go into the O, and you see the streets
Yes.
and stuff,
Yes.
and then bam, you're into the movie. Oh man,
The good old days. Before streaming, TV would be an event, right? Like if Star Wars was going to be on TV, they would advertise that for a week. Coming this weekend, Star Wars, and then it was like, well, the one I remember seeing was C-3PO going, "Here we go again."
yeah.
It's just like intercutting all the parts from the movies, or it'd be a whole weekend. Watch the original trilogy.
Yeah.
They probably didn't call it the original trilogy, but they definitely said, watch the classic trilogy, the
Watch
epic.
Star Wars, yeah, Empire Strikes Back and Return of the Jedi, debuting on ABC. Like what? Yeah, it's great.
Oh,
But when
so
they
good.
did their miniseries stuff, like when they did
Yep.
V, that was great because they would build up all week for it, and then you'd see it and you're like, oh, this is great, and you want to tune in, and you ask your mom if you can stay up late just to watch it, and she's like, okay, you can stay up tonight to watch this. It's school night. And you're like, yeah.
Yeah,
And then
yeah.
you're like, then you go into school the next day, and all the kids had seen it. It's like at the water cooler, just chatting about it.
Yes,
Ah, so
exactly.
great.
Oh, and if there was always one kid like, oh, I wasn't allowed to watch it, and there were
Yeah.
two ways of handling that. You could either be like, oh man, that sucks, or you'd be like, ha, ha, that sucks.
No, well, we would tell that kid what happened. We would explain
Yeah.
the whole show, and you don't see
But
it
just
once,
like
but you're like, that's
being
crazy.
around, like in the caveman days, telling stories around a fire, and you're retelling the tales of wonder.
What a great show that was. V was a great show.
V was, yeah.
Yeah.
I remember Mum was quite a big fan of V. I think my older brother Todd really got into it too. I liked it enough. I wouldn't say I was a super fan or anything. Same with trying to think what other Battlestar Galactica. I liked Battlestar Galactica.
Battlestar. Yeah.
I don't know. I was just more of as a kid. I was thinking I was more of a action and western sort of
I
guy.
remember
I like some space stuff, obviously, but Yeah,
I don't remember
some
if it
things.
was. I don't remember if it was NBC or CBS or ABC. One of the big three channels. Occasionally would do like a James Bond night, and they would show a James Bond movie like in prime time on like Sunday night.
So, Horror is saying I should put them up, the intros and commercials on YouTube. I'll tell you what, Nate does his own commercials.
Yes, he does.
He does his
Doesn't
own
he?
commercial breaks. That's so good. And yeah, this was a rule. Do not touch with Mum's Days of Our Lives recording. Don't touch the machine. Don't go near the machine.
Look,
And don't touch the VHS.
I'm going to say this, and anybody who says they don't is lying. We all watch it. When I was homesick, I would watch it with my mom.
Well, you didn't have any choice. You couldn't change the channel.
I know you get into it, you're like,
But you would get into it, and you're like, "Who's that?" And then Mum would be like, "Oh, you don't know what's happening here. This is getting juicy." I was like, "All right, I'm invested." We had, this is a good idea. Yeah, definitely would be interested in checking that out too. So here's a little inappropriate story, guys. I hope you're ready for it.
all right, I'm ready.
We used to go to our grandfather on my dad's side. We used to go to his place school holidays, and he had a VHS recording of the Bugs Bunny show. I think it might have been the Bugs Bunny movie, right? Animated, but and it would start off with Bugs Bunny in a like I think it was in a mansion. He was wearing this fancy robe, and he would walk down and explain all of these previous cartoons.
I think I remember this movie.
So we would go there and watch that every time we were there. We would find it, put it on, sit down, and watch it. Now, this last time, we found it. We put it in the VHS. We pressed play, and all was good at first. And then all of a sudden, bow, chicka, bow, bow.
Grandpa.
It had been recorded over.
Uh-oh.
For the absolute filthiest thing you can imagine. And we're like,
What happened to Bugs Bunny?
oh, what's happening? Yeah, I had never seen my mum move so quick. Not in the movie. I mean, to get to the movie to turn it off. I'm not saying she was in the movie. Anyway,
Isn't that the camouflage that they used to do? They would you'd have like a show and you'd be like, "Oh, this is a cartoon. I don't want to watch this," and you go in like 10 minutes and bang, bang, wow.
Yeah, it's like, eyes were open that day. Friday night was best for TV shows, movies on TV. Yeah, Fridays were pretty good. Saturdays were like the main event. Sunday, ABC's Wonderful World of Disney. I loved that show.
Oh, Saturday, after morning cartoons. It was ironically I'm wearing the shirt, so it was WLVI 56 Creature Double Feature where they would show monster movies. Yeah, they would show monster movies. Like you get like the Universal monsters, you would get cheesy monster flicks, you would get Godzilla flicks, all that kind of War of the World stuff. Oh my god, it would show everything, and it'd be like a double. So you start at 12 and it'd end around like 3, and you get 2 movies.
Oh, that's so cool. We had this one thing in the 90s, and I question its validity. Right? I don't think, looking back on it, I don't think it was real, but it might have been. I don't know. But they used to have this thing at night where you could ring this number for a fee and vote for the next movie you wanted to play at night. And so start with one. They go, now put your vote here and which one you want to see, right? And then at the end of it, they'd go, all right, the votes have come in, and next we're going to play this movie, right? And now I'm thinking to myself, what if they just had it already preloaded, ready to go?
You would never know.
You'd never know. You would never know.
Well, they have
Doctor
these
Who.
like, oh, Doctor Who, yeah. Doctor Who. I was on Channel 2 here.
We had it on ABC.
We would have like late night here on Saturday nights. We have this channel called USA Network.
Oh yeah.
And they would have like USA Up All Night. So starting around like 11, I think it was.
Right.
Or maybe a little earlier than that. And it was hosted by Gilbert Godfrey.
Oh, really?
And again, they would show like these cheesy movies. Most of the time, like trauma movies, like Toxic Avenger and stuff. Just a couple of movies at night, and Gilbert would be like on the streets of New York, just interacting with people and stuff like that. And they go back to the movie and stuff. And then right after that,
pretty cool.
Till like 6 a.m. After that ended to 6 a.m. was there like I forget what it's called. It was like a music show. Like you show music videos.
Yeah.
I forget what it was called. It's pretty cool. But I remember that
MTV.
it wasn't MTV. It was on the same channel.
Oh yeah, we didn't have MTV. Or at least I don't remember ever seeing MTV.
It was called Night Flight.
Ah, cool.
Yeah, and they would
No,
show, like,
there it is. Yeah, Josiah's on it.
Thank you, Josiah. Yeah, that's it. Yeah, it was cool. It was fun. I remember staying up all night to watch that stuff.
Yeah, we used to have Rage on the ABC, which would play music videos, and also have sometimes a special musical guest on. And it was like really grungy, really it wasn't polished or nothing. It was just like really, really underground like stuff. And then there was you would get like the poppy stuff in the mornings on Saturdays, right? I can't remember what that was called.
Probably like top 40 stuff, right?
Yeah, that sort of stuff.
Remember, like Casey Kasem. Who was the guy who took over for Casey Kasem? Was it Shadow Stevens?
Good question. Don't know. I wish I knew. Someone will know in the chat. Yeah, I didn't get the scrambled channel.
so your cable in the United States was interesting, right? So when we first got cable, we had this like it's gonna make me sound old. This is like the mid '80s, early to mid '80s, right? You get this like box, and it had buttons on it, and it had like 3-tier buttons, right? Your first tier was all your basic channels. Second tier was like your like UHF channels, and the third tier was all the movie channels, right? And it would be, it was a wire that led up to the box that was connected to the TVs before they came out with the remote. And like you would go by, and all the channels were on there. They put all the channels on there, but they would scramble some of the channels so you couldn't see them, but you could still hear them. So
yeah, like a radio play.
Yeah, so we're over at my friend's house. His parents are gone, and he's like, "Check this out." He put it like on the Playboy channel. You can hear it, but you can't see anything. And then he figured, like, if you go in real quick, you get like a glimpse of what's going on, and then
just quickly flip. Have you ever seen Alien Nation?
Yes, that's a great show.
Yeah, they had that interesting thing. They had that interesting thing where they would get drunk on curdled milk.
Yeah.
And I bring that up because coming into this from backstage, drinking his own milk, Adam's here.
Adam, how you doing, buddy?
Over here.
How's your neck?
My parents had to come all the way from their town 3 hours away to check on me. You guys know I was in a car accident on Wednesday, and so I was still a little banged up and sore, and good parents need to come and make sure that their boy was okay. And
that's nice.
Homemade cookies with M&Ms in them.
Oh,
ooh, nice!
And you gonna box some of those up for us?
Yeah, I'll send them some down for you. Absolutely. The official cookie of RonCon 2026. And,
I'll take it.
Yeah, and so you don't eat homemade cookies without milk.
Exactly.
Nice.
Exactly.
Now, are we talking Blockbuster video tonight? Is that what we're talking?
Well,
we're 47 minutes into our block. We've sort of been all over the place talking about adult stuff, but Josiah watching the HBO stand-up stuff scrambled. I used to really enjoy the old the records. So it would be taped off of stand-up, and so I think a scrambled HBO stand-up special would be fine as a radio sort of presentation. You don't need the visualization. Sometimes it helps. Don't get me wrong, but it's. I think that's probably an easy win to watch it for free.
Yeah, the comedy album I think is a thing of the past with streaming now, but. All my childhood, we just put a record on and just like listen to the comedy album.
I remember my friend, when I had like two best friends growing up, we were like inseparable, and one friend would get a lot of like if he wanted something, his mom would give him the money for it, or they go get it for him because it's just the way they were, right? So he came in and he had the Andrew Dice Clay tape. With the nursery rhymes and all that stuff.
Yeah, I love that one.
We listened to that. I think we wore the tape out. We listened to that so many times, every time laughing like little schoolgirls. We were just like, ooh.
So for us, it was the bootleg copies of the Adam Sandler comedy albums with like Fatty McGee and the severe beating of a high school janitor, like all that stuff. Where we were just like,
we had Bill Cosby records, but Cheech and Chong was the bootleg ones that I had, which actually got me to look up their movies because I was like, who are these guys? and so I ended up picking up their movies because of their bootleg albums that we had in the
I had
house.
one of their albums, and it was like they were doing a radio show. The whole album was a radio show.
Right.
That's really.
I
Funny.
think was that the one that had Basketball Jones on it?
It might have been, yeah. They did one where they called up Warren Beatty.
Oh,
They didn't
okay.
have him, but it was like his message, and he was like, his Warren Beatty had that, like, that image of being very sexual with the females and stuff. He had a lot of relationships, so it's like it felt like he was doing it on the message. He's like, "Ooh, this is Warren Beatty." Ooh. It's hilarious. I gotta figure out what tape that was. I share it with you guys.
Yeah. I'll look that up. Remind me after the show because I don't know if I have seen that one. But Grayson's here.
When we would go camping as kids with my parents and grandparents, and my grandparents would always go to Nashville first and then come back up to us to go camping. Mm-hmm. And so my grandfather would always have tapes. They would do like cassette bootleg tape trading with a bunch of other like grandpas that were down there.
Right.
And so he had this one, and it was Johnny Russell, who was a country singer. But he told jokes. So on one side of the tape, there was 2 jokes and then songs. And the other side, there was 1 joke. And to this day, I remember it was being like the first joke that I like memorized and learned and like could like recite and like
what
tell.
Was the joke? And what was the
joke?
joke?
The joke was the joke was that there was a burglar, and he was breaking into houses. So he breaks into this house, but he was a friendly burglar, so he had like a flashlight because he didn't want to step on kids' toys. So he was going around, and he was looking for the valuables in the home. And he was looking around, and he heard a voice, and the voice said, "Jesus is watching you." And so then he got a little freaked out by that, but he kept doing his thing, and he was humming along and looking and heard the voice again, and it said, "Jesus is watching you." So he starts getting a little more nervous. His heart start racing a little bit, kind of like us in Flatwoods. Zazel just like not
right. Yes.
He's looking around again, and there's not a whole lot of value in this house. So he's looking, and he hears a third time the voice is, "Jesus is watching you." And he turns, and he flashes his light in this room, and he sees eyes and a mouthful of teeth, and there's this pit bull growling.
Uh-oh.
And he gets scared, and he turns the flashlight to the other side of the room, and he sees a parrot. And the parrot says, "Jesus is watching you." And he says, "You stupid bird, is that all you know how to say?" And the bird said, "Sick 'em, Jesus."
That's great. That's a good joke.
Awesome.
Brandon Haley's here. How are you, buddy? Trucking along and hoping everyone's well. Well, that's having Adam here. I mean, that's topical, isn't it? You were trucking along and weren't doing so well for a day there.
Well, I was doing fine. The guy behind me was having none of it, though.
So I'm gonna ask a question because we just literally saw Jaws in the theater.
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
Not 4 hours ago. Right.
Hey. Okay. Tell us
That's
more.
where I came back from. So I want to ask you guys: the first time you saw Jaws, where were you?
I can tell you. So, this is one of those times where I was watching from behind the couch. Now, Adam, I mentioned earlier in the show that a lot of movies I weren't allowed to watch because of the ratings.
Right.
And my dad would be like, "Well, we're going to stick to the ratings," right? One of those dads. Loosened up a little bit later in life, but because you get older. No, but not long after I sort of started to, ease up on it. But it was the moment I came in on was probably the worst moment that you could sneak up on. And that's when the shark bites down and blood like erupts. Right? Was that Quinn's?
Yeah, Quinn.
And he's like, "Ugh!" I'm like, "Ugh!" And I think I scared my parents because they didn't know I was going to be there. They're like, "What are you doing?" I'm like, "What are you watching?"
That's amazing. So
in that moment, so what happened was, like, I could not sleep, and that was probably one of the first times that movie magic and movie making was explained to me. And the next day, and this is a surprise, the next day I got to watch that movie in full.
Did they let you watch it?
So yeah, so like I was petrified. I was absolutely traumatized and petrified. And they as part of the explanation of how movies are made, they sat me down. My brothers were allowed to watch it too. They sat us down. But maybe and rightfully so, they thought this is one of the best movies ever made, right? You know. But when did Jaws come out?
75.
75.
I wonder when it came out on VHS, because it was anyway. So we sat down there to watch it. I was trying to figure out how old I was at the time, and it was so that I didn't have, and I really should try. I wish I've had this conversation sooner, but well, I can't ask Mum now because she's gone, and Dad might not remember. But I think the gist of it was,
It came out in 1980 on home video.
so it would have been out for a while then before I saw it. I would have been maybe 4 or 5 or 6 maybe, very young. But the next day we got to watch it, and I think the idea was, if I watch it in context, it won't be just this one horrific thing that was just thrust into my brain.
Right.
And to be fair, it's a shocking moment in the movie, but isolated, it's a very frightful thing, right? And it actually became less scary when I watched the whole thing and understood the idea of the movie and why, what it was.
Yeah.
And so it was a huge visceral and psychological moment. And then I think after watching it in its entirety, I thought it was a great movie. But it definitely hung on. Like that night, couldn't sleep. Next day, I was fine after you know what a movie is. It becomes less impactful. Still a great movie. I think I watch Jaws every year at least once.
Yeah, no, 100%. It's an every year for me as well. So Jaws is one of those movies that didn't have action figures, but look at this Fisher Price little Adventure People set.
That's a Jaws set right there.
That's a Jaws set. Like that's
Yeah.
exactly what it is.
Yeah.
There's Brody in the blue.
Yeah.
That's what's his name in the yellow, and there's Quint in the red.
Yeah. It's just a Jaws set, unlicensed. I want to bet this bad.
What was Richard Dreyfuss's name in Jaws?
And you got Hooper.
Hooper.
Yeah. But there are 3
Yeah, we're gonna need a bigger shark.
Yeah. There are 3 movies in my life that have the same origin story or the same circumstance around them. And that is my dad coming into my bedroom, waking me up to come and watch them with him. He's like, this is important. You got to come watch this.
Come on, kid, you got to see this. You got to see this movie.
Yeah.
It's gonna get a
was
snot
Planet
out of
of
you.
the Apes. One was Planet of the Apes. One was Billy Jack, and one was
Okay.
Jaws.
Oh,
Billy Jack.
Oh, Billy Jack is so good. Actually, I bought my first copy of Billy Jack that I owned from a Blockbuster video in their like used section. But yeah, so Jaws was me being woke up with my dad in like grade 6, being like, "Hey, come, there's a movie on TV." Because again, we didn't own a lot of VHSs back in the day, so it was like, "Here's this movie. It's on TV. Don't miss this opportunity."
Yeah.
And we taped it, but I watched it that night, and I watched it again and again, and to this day, it's one of my absolute all-time favorite.
I think it's probably the 3rd time I watched it this year.
Yeah, it gets so good.
I've never seen it. I've never seen it in the theater, so that's the first time.
yeah, I would love to do that.
in the theater.
The scene in the beach though, where people walk in front of Brody and he gets closer and closer.
And then the pool zoom.
Yeah,
the scene, yeah, like where it's after they catch the tiger shark, and they're all on the beach, and he's like watching the water like a hawk, and then people like come up to him, and he's like,
yeah,
like he's just looking out, and then when it happens, the camera just zooms in on him. It's classic.
but there's a legacy of Jaws in my family.
Oh, really?
Yeah, in that when my son was invited to be auditioned for the arts program at his school, which is a whole big arts section. He gets a different diploma when he graduates. It's the whole thing. He had to do a monologue to audition, and they gave him a bunch of choices. And I will say that the choices they gave him were very 2025.
Okay.
So very, very current in form and function and subject. And so he said, Dad, none of this stuff is me. Like, I don't want to, this is, and I said, just do your own monologue then. Just pick a monologue from you want to do. So he goes there and he does the 30 Men in the Water. Like he does the whole.
He did the Quint bit?
He did the Quint.
Oh,
monologue.
That's cool.
His audition. And he said, I don't think anybody had seen Jaws that was doing my like, they looked freaked out. The only comment they got, the comments was that was incredible, and also like that was very intense. Like that was a very intense audition piece.
Considering the scene, if you think about the scene,
yeah,
they go from just chatting, they go from comparing scars, and then it gets serious.
Yeah,
switch up.
He's like, what's this one? Oh, that's the USS India. Was it
Indianapolis?
Indianapolis.
Yeah. I was
A
like,
real event.
Yeah, but I remember him practicing in the bathroom in the morning, going like, they were like doll's eyes.
So that wasn't originally in the script. That was added. They added that, and I think it was his idea to do it.
Yeah,
so we need to add something here.
Story I can tell.
First step.
Ken's here. He's parked in another handicap zone. Thanks for joining in, buddy.
Yeah. So, do you want to hear my favorite Blockbuster video story of all time?
Nah. So Jaws 2. Go on.
You just see the first time I saw Jaws.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I must have been like 6. I think I was 6. We just moved here from Germany, and I was staying with my then aunt and uncle. I was staying there overnight with cousins and stuff, and Jaws was on TV, and they were like, the uncle was like, bring the lad in here.
Bring the lad in.
He sat me down in the chair. He's like, we're gonna watch Jaws. I was so petrified. I wouldn't go in the tub. I didn't want to sit on the toilet.
Swimming pools.
Forget that shit. I wasn't going anywhere near the water.
It's weird as a kid how it tricks your brain, right? Yeah. I know that there's not going to be a shark in the swimming pool, but I still don't want to be the only kid in that pool. It's like, I'm not going in there by myself. Yeah. It's an unrealistic sort of fear. But I used to have to, and we'll get to your story in a sec, Adam. But because we weren't allowed to watch certain movies, I'd go over to my friend Josh's house where he showed me the first Sarge, live action Sarge. And we would watch movies over there like RoboCops, Aliens, Rambos, all of those ones that we weren't allowed. He had such a collection of VHS tapes. It was amazing. And I think that's where I first saw the cartoon of RoboCop. He's like, did you know there's a cartoon RoboCop? I said, I had no idea. So we watched the movie RoboCop and we watched the cartoon RoboCop. Man, it was brilliant. And it must have been after that then that my dad was like, "Oh, well, you're watching them anyway. You might as well watch them at home."
Yeah, my parents weren't really that strict about what I could watch, but they wouldn't. I had a TV in my room, but I can only get like the bunny ears, so I can only get like basic channels.
Yeah.
Or like if there was a movie on at night, and I don't mean not if it was like graphic, obviously sexually graphic or anything like that. But if it was like a big action movie, they would let me watch it, like Lethal Weapon or like Predator, stuff like that. I could watch.
Right. So that's the thing. Because once Dad got a little bit more relaxed on the ratings, right, we were able to then start watching comedy classics like Monty Python movies. Yeah. There's a I think the first boobs I ever saw was on a Monty Python movie. So it's like it opens up.
The first I saw it, I think it was in Stripes.
Oh, you know what? It might have been Stripes as well. Like, so maybe it was Police Academy. I don't know.
Wish I was a loofah.
Yeah. How great is the movie Stripes? I love Stripes.
I love that movie.
I love it. It's one of my favorite Bill Murray movies. It might even be up there. Like, you got Ghostbusters is hard to top. Then Stripes, but then I liked, not a lot of people do, but I liked Scrooged. One of my favorite movies of all time is Groundhog Day.
Yeah, I like that one too.
I didn't really get into a lot of the serious stuff that he did. But
Caddyshack was good.
yeah, Caddyshack was good. I think that's the only movie I've ever seen where he acts differently to himself.
Yeah.
Sorry about that.
It's okay.
That's right, Adam. Give us your story, buddy.
So my favorite Blockbuster story ever. So when we first got married, our Friday night was come home late from work, stop at Blockbuster Video, either rent some movies or buy the previously viewed movies. I was all about previously viewed, buying those things. And then we'd go to Pizza Prosciutto across the road, get a pie, and it was a great night. So we had these friends, Becky and Rob, actually Outback Rob, my first Australian friend.
Oh, right, yes.
Coming over, and then some other friends are coming over, and we would always just look for reasons to celebrate. Like, should we get a cake tonight? Let's find a reason. So we would Google, like, whose birthday is it, celebrity birthdays. And so one night, they're coming over. It happened to be Chuck Norris's birthday.
Oh, perfect.
So I was like, let's get a cake, and let's rent as many Chuck Norris movies as we can, and just have a Chuck Norris birthday party. And so we go to Blockbuster, my buddy Rob and I, and we're like looking around, but that's when they were transitioning from VHS to DVD and kind of like purging some of their older stuff and whatnot. So we found the Octagon, but nothing else.
Oh, that's it?
And so the lady working there, she's like, "Hey, like, can I help you guys?" I'm like, "We're looking for Chuck Norris movies. Like, it's his birthday. We're having a party. We want to like watch as many movies as we can." And she goes, "Well, actually, he's got a new movie coming out called The Cutter that I have on DVD in the back, but it's not released till next Wednesday. But if it's his birthday and he's there, I don't think he'll mind." Chuck was at our house, and we did not correct her.
Yeah, no.
She went and she sold us a copy of The Cutter, where he's finding blood diamonds.
Okay.
A week before it was supposed to be released, because she thought Chuck was at her house, and I was like, well, I still have
Like,
it.
he wouldn't have brought his own movie.
So I still, yeah, that's it. The Cutter. I still have it on DVD, and
I haven't seen it.
for a week I was like, man, this is illegal contraband. This is the coolest thing. And then the next week happened. I was like, well, now anybody can have it. It's fine.
Wait, here's a more better cover.
Oh, yeah, that looks cool.
Kind of older. Yeah.
Cutter. Yeah.
I don't think I've seen that one.
No, it's all right. It's pretty good.
I like them in Expendables.
But I just love that. I know we left that store, and she was like, "Those guys are going to party with Chuck Norris."
You know what?
Great recent video too, Adam, of Chuck Norris. You're
Yeah. Oh, that was a trip. That video. Making all that crazy stuff.
Chuck Norris is going to be there.
I don't remember ever seeing Betamax. I must have been too young.
Yeah.
I only ever remember VHS.
Yeah. It was, but man, like, I think the downfall of society is coming around because the loss of video stores. Because kids aren't learning about commitment these days. And when you rented a video on Friday night, you were committed to that movie.
I remember
bad or indifferent.
I remember that you had to get the Blockbuster at a certain time on Friday night if you wanted to get the latest release.
Yeah.
Because if that tape wasn't
or
behind
you'd wait around and see what people were returning if it was out. It's like, maybe they've returned it.
Yeah. Do you guys remember, and maybe you don't, because I vividly remember the Christmas that we got a VHS player. So the first video we owned was E.T., but do you remember the first movie you rented to watch on a VCR?
Yeah. It was a movie called Millennium.
Yeah.
With Christopherson?
Yeah, were they taking the people out before they crash?
Yeah.
Yeah, that one. was the
That's
first
great.
movie. I know I rented a couple other ones too, but I can't remember the name of them. But I know that was one of them.
So mine
Yeah,
was
I don't think I answered that question earlier. I remember seeing
did.
the cover for The American Werewolf in London,
Yeah, you were talking about that.
and I remember renting Garbage Pail Kids.
nice.
But I mean, it was probably something like Star Wars. To be fair, one of the
So
first ones would.
I distinctly remember the first movies we rented that Christmas vacation. We get to go down to the plaza in Nipigon, and I picked Flight of the Navigator
Oh, yeah, that's a good one.
and The Last Starfighter. Those two.
Oh,
Nice. I saw
Yeah.
Flight of the Navigator at the theaters. I remember seeing that. That was very cool.
Yeah. Remember-
Nightmare on Elm Street. I watched this series. This was one of the first horror series that I remember being absolutely enthralled with. My friend Josh had up until that point, had all of the Nightmare on Elm Streets available to watch on VHS. And I just thought it was great. It was epic. I was like enthralled with Freddy Krueger. So much so that by the time I got to high school, my video presentation was a cut of all the Nightmare on Elm Street movies up until that point to the background movie music of Coma by Guns N' Roses.
Oh,
Yeah, true.
Yeah. I
That
remember
was
renting
it.
WrestleMania 5 and WrestleMania 6, just being like, this is the greatest thing.
I think Last Starfighter was the first time I saw that was on cable.
Yeah.
It's kind of like the Wraith. I think Wraith bombed in the theater, but then HBO picked it up and they just kept showing it over and over again. It just became
Yeah,
a
kind of like
massive cult.
Beastmaster.
Yeah, I get.
Beastmaster was so
Here's a
good.
little trivia question for you guys. If you can
Okay.
answer this. During the filming of the Wraith, they had an issue with their walkie-talkies. Another film was being filmed in the same area as them, and it kept cutting into their radio, and it actually messed up one of their shots.
Really?
What movie was being filmed? What movie was that was being filmed at the same time?
Maximum Overdrive.
No.
Ooh, okay. What year did it come out?
Oh, hold on. I think it was 88. Hold on.
What year did Smokey and the
1986.
Bandit come out?
No, 1986. Smokey and the Bandit was in the early 70s. Late 70s. I think it was 78. No, 77.
Smokey and the
It actually-
Bandit 2.
the movie that knocked Star Wars out of #1 place was Smokey and the Bandit.
Is that right? Well, yeah, trivia time. So what did we say? 88?
86.
86.
Just to be fair, though, Maximum Overdrive, also 86.
Yeah, well, that's a good guess.
Was
You
it
remember the Wraith was in like Arizona desert.
Right.
Arizona Desert in 86?
And the only clue I'm going to give you is that this film was also filmed in the desert.
Well, that makes sense.
Was it Steel Dawn with Patrick Swayze?
No,
Is it an action movie?
sort of.
Okay, sort of action. You know what? I cannot for the life of me think of anything.
I'll give you the genre. It's basically comedy.
Okay.
Three Amigos.
Cocoon.
You got it.
Is it
buddy.
Three Amigos?
Yeah.
Nice. That's so. I love the Three Amigos.
I was watching behind the scenes. I was watching a documentary on the filming of it or one of those videos that had like these like quirky facts about movies, and that one there. Charlie Sheen was only on set for 2 weeks.
Mm-hmm.
And is it not Dennis? It's Randy Quaid. Is it Randy?
Yeah.
Or is it Dennis? Dennis is Randy was in.
And he's the guy from Christmas Vacation.
Yeah. Randy was only on the set for 1 week.
Yeah. That's why they had him always in the suit when he was driving the car.
Yeah. Well, yeah. But anyway, there you go. That's a little
Great
fact.
trivia. I love that. That was awesome.
Yeah.
Thank you.
I've signed up a team on September 11th for a 90s movie trivia night.
Ooh,
Okay.
So I hope to bring home the belt.
nice.
You got this. You got this.
Yeah. Been training.
Josh is back. Hey,
Yo.
buddy.
Yeah, when I heard it was the Three Amigos, I'm like, wait, what? I guess kind of makes sense, but like, what? I
So
thought that came out
Such a
later.
perfect movie.
I'm going to ask
I
you guys
love
a
that
bad
movie.
question.
Yep.
Bad question. How many DVDs did you buy when Blockbuster went out of business and liquidated everything.
Oh man, you want to go in there and buy? Oh,
I bought a few.
Yeah.
So my son Xavier, you've met him. Both
I
of you
love
have.
that kid. That kid's a beauty.
Mm.
He's a quiet sleeper.
And his dad was just a liar.
You wouldn't even know he's there. So Xavier is old enough to remember going to a Blockbuster, and when that one shut down, like it was a free for all. People were in there, like VHS were basically being given away. They still had some back stock. DVDs were sometimes reasonably priced. But it would depend on how close they're getting to the end of the sale, right? They'd start them off with like exorbitant prices for like box sets and stuff.
Yep.
All right, they're cheaper at Sanity. Come on. But I remember picking up as many horror movies as I could find.
Yep.
And I think I honestly just picked up as many horror movies as I could find.
Yeah, so I
Big on horror, love horror.
Almost all the James Bond movies at one of those sales.
I think I've only ever watched one James Bond movie all the way through. I don't think I've seen any others. I think so, yeah.
By the time the Blockbuster was going out of business, I already had the entire. I was gonna say where's Grayson?
Oh man,
you didn't see him that night.
Nap.
Grayson gave up his hotspot and his sleep.
Yeah,
I went over at Joe Fest. I had to bring something to Hans, so I left the room like everybody was starting to go to sleep and stuff. And Grayson was sitting in the corner. He had this look on his face. Xavier is sleeping, and all you hear is.
Oh, poor fella.
Yeah, last week, I think it was Wednesday, Grayson was trying to have an afternoon nap for the summer. And he kept saying, I can't fall asleep, Dad. I think Xavier's sleeping in Australia. I can hear him snoring from here.
You know what? So we got to get him checked out. Because he was not snoring when we first started traveling, right? When we first started traveling and when we first went to Japan, he wasn't snoring, right? And he was sleeping in the same room as us. And there was no issues. And then, about a month later, we head back to Japan, and all of a sudden it's on. I was like, what the hell is happening? And then it just never stopped. It's still happening to this day. He needs to get checked. I mean, I snore, don't get me wrong.
Yeah, we know.
Yeah. Oh, like, you're perfect. Come on.
I never said I was perfect. But, Gazz, did I keep you up at night?
No, sir. Did I keep you up at night? No.
Not at all.
Whatever.
Coming over that other part of the room.
The Down Under brothers over there. They're keeping us up.
The Aussies. It's the Northern Hemisphere.
We're loud sleepers. We got to keep the predators away.
You know what it is? Is they're not actually upside down anymore.
Right. Yeah, that's what it is. Yes, different hemisphere.
But actually, I had the entire James Bond collection on VHS already.
Mm-hmm.
I had my DVD and VHS collection was pretty extensive by the time they were going out of business. So I only probably picked up a couple of videos.
What I did when Blockbuster went out, and we had Rogers Video in Canada went out of business at the same time, so both of them were going out. That's when I used the deals to get the remaining movies I only had on VHS and got them on DVD. So like I had all the James Bonds on VHS, and then I got them from Blockbuster on DVD. So I was able to make those transitions without spending a lot of money.
Yeah, I reckon I would have done something like that too. I remember the first DVD I ever bought was Castaway.
It seems like you're.
And I got that, that's a good movie. But I got that when I got the DVD VHS combo.
Yeah, my first DVDs I bought were the Superman box set with the foil, box.
Yes.
Yeah, I think the first DVD, one of the first DVDs I bought was Life Force.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. It's
been a while since I've seen Life Force.
I had Life Force on DVD, but it was a double DVD where it was Night of the Comet on one side and Life Force.
Oh, even great. I just watched that recently too. It was free on YouTube.
Yeah.
What a good movie that is.
So great. It's so great.
I have to go back and watch it. We should do another watch along.
Oh,
This time with so I can hear it though. You know.
yeah, we can do that.
Yeah, just I like the look of Swamp Thing.
Well, I think
I just
the idea was we were supposed to watch it before the live stream and then rewatch it with no sound on. But we were just having such a fun time running and conning that we didn't have time to watch no Swamp Thing movie.
We gotta have a watch along soon. Still a few movies we need to watch. We only had really one watch along that we really did when that was Megaforce, wasn't it? No, we did a couple.
Yeah, that was epic.
Which one did we do?
We did Beastmaster too.
That's right, Beastmaster. We got to do another one.
Yes,
I would love. This is just me talking because I've just in the world. I would love to do a Clash of the Titans watch along.
Oh yeah,
yeah, that would be cool.
That would be a lot of fun.
Yeah,
the original one though.
Of course, there's only one.
When I was making those two Clash of the Titans videos, I would just have the movie playing in the background. So I must have watched it 6 times in 1 week. That movie is pure magic, man. Pure magic.
Is.
Anything with stop motion in it has its otherworldly feel to it.
Mm-hmm.
It's a Harryhausen special. That's a great
Megafauna. Here's a first DVD was Mortal Kombat. The original soundtrack was amazing.
Yes, it was.
Mortal Kombat. Nailed it.
I remember watching Mortal Kombat the movie for the first time and just being like, they're on screen, like those characters on a real movie.
Remember we were talking about doing like theater experiences before we changed it to Blockbuster. I've been thinking about all my kid, theater experiences, and I don't have many. I only have like a handful. I don't remember going to the movies a lot. It was like I remember seeing Jedi. I vaguely remember seeing like one of the Rocky movies with my mom.
Yeah,
I think it might have been Rocky 2. Rodney Dangerfield's Back to School.
Yeah.
Transformers.
He gets no respect, that guy.
Like Transformers, I saw by myself the animated movies.
Yeah,
and I remember the one time that really sticks out in my mind is I was visiting my grandmother in Berlin, and she was going to take me to the movies, and we were going to decide what movie to go see. This is back, and I was looking at the posters and I was pointing at this one poster. I said, I want to see this. And my grandmother's like, no, we're not going to see a war movie. And it was Airwolf. So it must have been the TV movie. Pilot episode. She said no. She said, we're going to see this other movie. And I was like, no, I want to see this movie. I was kicking and screaming going in. I didn't want to see this movie. I came out the biggest fan of the movie we had just seen. I was like all for it, and it was The Never Ending Story.
Yes.
Oh, nice.
Going,
Yeah.
Do you remember the first movie you remember seeing in the theater by yourself that you think I probably shouldn't be watching this movie?
By myself? Oh, that's a good question.
Well,
The Phantom?
Not because of the movie, not because of you. I remember distinctly watching, going to see Bram Stoker's Dracula, and thinking, I hope nobody I know sees me watching this movie.
I went to see that. I went to see that with a friend of mine and his girlfriend at the time, and I felt so uncomfortable because they were making out the whole time.
Lame.
I'm like, I don't want to watch this movie.
I have the same memory of going to see Stargate.
Oh, Stargate was good.
Okay, that would have been cool.
I love Stargate.
It was there was a movie that let's see, which one did I go? It wasn't by myself. Me and my best friend at the time, we went to go see the Mel Gibson Braveheart movie. Yeah. The first time.
Nice.
It was long, and the seats were very uncomfortable. By the end of it, I'm like scrunched down all the way so my butt's not on the seat. You know what I mean? Like, I want to get up. And so it ended. I'm like, it's a great movie. I don't want to see it again. I'm going to wait till it comes out in the theater. So, they put up for an Oscar nominee. So they re-released it in the theater. He's like, we got to go see it again. I'm like, no.
My dad has had some like baller moments in his life. And I remember we went to Thunder Bay, which is an hour. You guys know Thunder Bay. We go to Thunder Bay.
Yeah.
And we went to go, we did the Zellers thing, and then we were going to go see a movie. And so Braveheart was out. So he's like, I'll take the family to go see Braveheart. I went to this theater, and the guy wouldn't sell us tickets because my sister and I were too young. He's like, no, it's rated R. And I was like, yeah, but like I think I was in grade 7. She was in grade 8 or 8, 9, something like that. And he's like, no, they're too young. It's too violent. They won't see it. and my dad got in the car and drove across town to a different theater, and then we went and saw it, and the guy didn't care.
Oh, nice. What's the Stephen King movie where they're like cat people?
The Cat's Eye.
No,
Nah,
is it
I don't
Cat's
think
Eye?
it's it.
What was
Nah.
Stephen King
That's
movie
the
where
one with
Stephen
the
King
creepy
movie
dude in
where
it.
there are cat people in it. Is that like Nightwalk?
Sleepwalkers.
Sleepwalkers.
Sleepwalker. Thank you.
Thanks,
Thank you very much, mystery person.
Gazz,
So,
friend.
Thank you.
You're all welcome.
so
Yeah,
I
You have a
think
producer there, Gazz? Is someone producing your show for you?
Yeah. I have a producer over here. Just holding up
So
two cards
Sleep-
too.
that was the movie I think I saw for the first time without parents.
Zazel, I got a question for you. We're gonna just talk about Gazz here, not to him. What would you prefer? That we continue forever to have an unknown producer just chime in every now and then on Gazz's stream, or that producer gets a puppet and then they talk through a puppet on the screen?
Well, Adam, you might not be aware, but this mystery producer has walked past the screen on at least one occasion.
Shut
So
the front door.
Yeah, it's true.
Talking about Adam suggests that we should have a puppet, and then you should talk through the puppet on the screen.
If they're camera shy, they're welcome to be on screen. Don't get me wrong.
But Gazz was camera shy for years. Remember, it would just be his
Yeah.
emoji of a Lego man for years.
True.
I got it.
What kind of puppet?
Okay, ready?
No, I am not going to be the grumpy monkey.
It sounds like you're being pretty grumpy there by not wanting to be the grumpy monkey.
That's just why he's got his headphones in. She can't hear us.
Has to be a Godzilla puppet.
It has to be
Yes.
a Godzilla puppet.
Guys, can she hear us or no?
No, she can't hear you. Hold on.
Oh, for crying out
Okay,
loud.
go ahead.
Okay, so we've had a lot of ideas here.
Yeah.
That's Adam speaking.
Ma'am, how you doing? I'm tipping my hat.
Hello, I'm over here.
Hello.
Hello.
The producer exists. How you
Hello.
doing?
You exist. I'm real.
Wow.
That's way better than a puppet.
Guys, I mean, who knew?
Who knew? So, what does Gaz say about us?
Yeah.
I was told I'm not supposed to talk to you guys.
Is he a better kisser than me?
I really wouldn't be able to tell you that. So.
Yeah. Okay. Well, I think Gaz is a great kisser, personally.
Okay, that's enough.
Has she seen the photo of you and Kermit in bed?
One question. I just want to ask one question, then I'll leave. Then I'll leave this alone.
I'm sorry.
What on an average? How often, when you guys are out ordering food, does Gaz ask for the kids menu?
Yes.
Honestly, I'm not surprised that he asked for the kids menu. However, I think never.
Really?
I know. I was kind of, as soon as he told me about it, I was like, oh, makes sense. But yeah, no, never.
50% with this guy in the kids menu.
It was 100% with Gaz in the kids menu. It's like every time it was crayons and kids menu. Well, it's a pleasure to meet you, ma'am.
Yep. Thanks for being awesome.
No problem.
All right.
Gaz, tell us more.
What? What do you want to know?
Tell us all about it.
Are your earphones plugged back in? Can she hear us yet?
Yeah, the earphones are plugged back.
Did she go to Jaws?
But then, without any context, just say the following words: 21.
Yes. Over.
Fantastic. It was fantastic.
What?
Best of my life. Just say it's the best of my life.
Get in there.
Say backdoor stuff.
Hey, this is a kid show.
I don't think anymore. We're about to turn into a freaky puppet show.
Oh boy.
All right, that's enough of that. I've never seen Gaz go so red.
Yeah. Speaking of going red, Attack of the Killer Tomatoes was one of the movies I bought from a Blockbuster used sale.
Attack of the Killer.
I actually really liked that movie and The Blob.
Yeah.
Those two movies I had a lot of fun with, and the original Fly movie.
Did you know there's 3 Blob movies?
No.
There's the
Oh, I did
original.
not know that.
There's the original with Steve McQueen.
Right. That's
Mhm.
the one.
They did a sequel to it in the 70s.
Mhm.
Mhm.
Forget the name of it. And then there's the remake Blob with Matt Damon's brother.
Oh, nice.
I've only seen the first one.
I've seen the first two. I didn't know there was a remake of it.
Yes, yeah. Good stuff.
So the second one is a direct sequel?
Yeah, it's a sequel to it. Yeah.
More Blob.
Is it called More Blob?
I don't know.
No.
That's what I call it.
And then he's like, "What did you call me?" And then he full on goes up against Wolverine and just nails him.
Right. Claws through a boxing glove.
I'm gonna find it out right now what it is.
What a movie.
What a movie. What a movie. I think, knock on wood, X-Men Origins Wolverine gets a bad rap. I think people are...
Yeah, one of the things that I think that they did wrong, and yeah, go figure, premiere in 30 minutes, we will be there. One of the things they did wrong was Maverick.
Yep.
Oh.
They did not...
Sorry. The
Go
second
ahead.
one was called Beware the Blob. This is
Yep, fair
Beware,
enough.
exclamation point, the Blob, and it was in 1972.
Gazz, when we were at Joe Fest, you were just like rattling off eloquence when you were talking about a Godzilla movie where they had to fight a Frankenstein.
The Godzilla. Oh, that was. What was Frankenstein? That was the name of the movie. The second one, they lost the rights to Frankenstein, so it was Godzilla versus King Kong. It was supposed to be King Kong
Right.
versus Frankenstein.
Right.
Because they lost the rights, they made it Godzilla, and then the sequel to their Frankenstein movie was War of the Gargantuas.
Okay.
And they
So I remember you
called
were talking about it, and I was like, I want to watch all of this. This sounds great. And then I got home and I was
Frankenstein
like,
movie
"Oh,
is well, give me a second. Hold on.
Can I just say, I thought Gaz was talking to Siri. Right? I thought he was going, Siri, what's the Siri, what's the movie, Stephen King movie where they're all cats? And all of a sudden, it's like, that doesn't sound like Siri. That sounds like a real individual.
we all need producers. Gaz is what
Yeah.
that's how Hollywood he is. He's got a producer there.
You know what? Yeah, he's Hollywood now. He's Hollywood now.
He's Hollywood now.
Yeah, we can't blame him for that.
No.
You got to have a team around you, a good support system, and someone that can hold your hand during the scary parts of Jaws.
Oh, all of it.
Good on him. Bless him. That's our boy.
Speaking of horror movies and whatnot, what are your thoughts on M. Night Shyamalan's movies?
I thought for a while that they were great stuff, and now I think they're a little bit
Look at that.
Frankenstein conquers the world. What?
Yeah, you need to watch that tonight. So my son and I last night watched Signs.
Yeah, my younger two loved that movie.
And I remember it being okay. It was much better than I remember it.
Hmm.
Yeah.
I thought it was good when it came out. Yeah, my sons loved it.
I think his first three movies were great, and then he went off the rail, and then those first three got lumped in with his bad movies.
Mm.
I liked The Village.
Village was great.
Hmm.
Unbreakable is near perfect.
Yeah, I like Unbreakable.
Mm.
Unbreakable is good.
I had a sweet DVD of Unbreakable, and you open it up, and there was artwork by Alex Ross inside of Mr. Glass and the Unbreakable guy.
Was it what did he also do The Sixth Sense?
Yeah.
Bruce Willis?
Yep.
Yeah, I like that one too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think. Signs,
Village-
Sixth Sense,
The first time I saw The Village was really great.
Village. I saw The Village in theaters. I thought it was epic. I thought it was a great movie. Absolutely epic movie.
Yeah.
I cannot fault it. Great acting. Perfectly cast movie. It's a good movie. I need to go back and revisit it, I reckon. What came out? What was the one? I think the first misstep was Lady in the Water.
Yeah, that was where.
And he's got like one strong arm. It's like he keeps like working out in one arm.
Yeah.
It's like,
But that was the first one that didn't have like a twist at the end.
yeah, well, yeah.
So there was Lady in the Water, and then The Happening, and then there was The Last Airbender. Like he just
horrible.
really kind of jumped.
My mum loved The Happening, and as much as excuse me, as much as I love the premise of it, I think the execution
I think
was a bit.
I'm
Yeah, it was a
gonna
bit iffy.
I'm gonna go on a limb here. I like Mark Wahlberg.
Hmm.
Like movies are fun. I just don't think he was the right choice for that film.
I would think that Gaz, you're the Mark Wahlberg of our group.
Don't say that.
Well, you got a producer. You got the looks.
I
You got the
remember
right
at
stuff.
Joe Fest looking over at Gazz, and he had an Optimus in his hand. He goes, "I found a Transformer."
Get over here. I'm buying here. I'm buying here. I can't do a very good Boston.
Transformer. Just
Is it Transform?
Yeah, instead of an ER, put an AH on the end of it. It's
Transformer.
Yeah.
I found a Transformer.
Transformer, you want it? Listen, take a look at it.
Hey, check this out. Come on.
It's garbage. It's garbage.
It's a piece of crap.
Your Boston sounds more like Gilbert Godfrey than a Boston guy.
Yeah.
It's an
garbage. I can't. Yeah.
outside of Boston accent.
Yeah.
I'm not a voice guy. This guy could do a great Gazz, I reckon. Retro Tinker, send us a voice message, Nate, of you doing an impression of Gazz, and I'll play it live in the show. Oh man, I got to send Gazz the link to the show. He can't get on. Oops, I missed that.
Click on Gazz time right now.
Gas time.
Yeah, we love you, Gazz. We love you. We haze the ones we love.
I was just talking so my parents came down and check on me tonight. I was just talking, and I was giving them the Joe Fest rundown and just how great it was to hang out with you guys. Just
perfect.
You guys.
Unbelievable.
It's fun.
Did you end up finding that piece that you lost?
No.
From
my cable, you know, the one with the missing the skin parts that can come off.
Oh yeah,
I lost the skin parts.
Oh no!
It's okay though. It's okay because it would have happened anyway, right?
It would have happened anyway.
I would have lost them anyway.
Yeah, it's fine. It's fine. It's fine.
Wait.
How many pieces of skin was it? Was it 2 skin, 4 skin? Just say 4 skin out loud, will you?
No. You're a jerk.
Oh, we've gone off the rails. All right. Anyway.
So,
yeah.
after
Adam, you've got a video coming up soon. You've got a premiere happening soon.
got a premiere happening in 23 minutes.
Man.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Okay. Nate sent us the voice message. I'll see if I can play it out loud. Play it one time. Here we go. Tell me if you can hear this.
I'm Gazz, and my favorite word is foreskin.
Doesn't sound anything like me. That's a bad impression.
Oh, he got me. Uh-oh.
Bad impression, Nate. Terrible. You're off the Christmas list, buddy.
Oh man, what happened? Oh, well, we're talking about shoot the shit.
He needs a Netflix.
I think for the next episode of Shoot the Shit, we should go back to the idea of how it originated. Because now that you've seen Jaws and Adam off the back of watching Ninja Turtles in the theater, I think maybe we should dedicate an episode to our theater experiences. I've got a few that I think would be fun.
And then put together a list of top 3 movies if you could watch in a theater right now. What would they be?
Oh, okay, good idea. So, on top of that, can we schedule in a games night for next month?
Yeah.
So, it doesn't have to be next weekend, but let's do another one of those. Those are always fun. And another Toy Biz. We'll get some Fantastic Four to look at.
And we're going to double it up with Spider-Man Series 2.
Oh, okay, cool.
Yeah.
Double episode.
Hopefully we'll get a usable Spider-Man toy.
That hurts, man. Yeah, who's the best? This guy. That is a perfectly acceptable Spider-Man statue.
The only offense in a fight is a clothesline.
Yeah. Or he's doing a Macho Man impression before he jumps off the turnbuckle.
He's doing like a Superfly snooker. Bang.
Right? See? It's throwback to his wrestling days because he started off as a wrestler, right?
You turned me around.
Bonesaw's ready.
You've turned me around on him. I got to get him.
But good on you. Thanks for doing that, Nate. All right. Well, thanks for tuning in, everyone. It sort of went off the rails at the end there. Thanks to Gazz and his special guest. What was the name of your special guest, Gazz?
Her name is Linda.
Thanks, Linda, for tuning in and joining us tonight. Absolute pleasure to meet you. We hope that you can pop in again next time as an actual movie, because they obviously know what they're talking about, Gazz. They know their movies. So maybe put it to Linda if she wants to come on and talk movies on the next episode.
I was watching Sons of Anarchy the other day, and boom, who shows up as a cameo?
Linda.
Stephen King.
Even better.
Yeah, he showed up as a guy who would dispose of bodies.
Yeah. So I don't know, guys. If you want to extend that invitation, it's up to you. I know that the headphones are in, so she hasn't heard it. But do definitely put in a request if they want to join us. We've got some. What's the word we're looking for? Diversity. Let's add another white person to the mix. That's how diverse we are.
That was my favorite comment on our Zellers with the Fellers.
Yeah.
Well, look at a diverse bunch of fellas. I was like, listen, one of us is German, one's Canadian, one's in Japan, two are Australian. We're quite diverse.
Yeah, we're just a couple of guys.
Yeah, hanging out.
A couple of wild and zany guys.
Wild and crazy guys.
All right. Well, I'm gonna end this stream now before it gets too out of hand. But guys, this is brilliant. This is exactly the kind of laugh I needed after a month, like a full month, dude, of absolute craziness. Not just me and what's happening in my life, but Adam and yourself and Lilith, who I hope is feeling much better now. Ken's been sick. Nate's been off work.
Oh. Ken was sick.
Ken was sick. Yeah, everyone's got.
Ken was sick too.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Everyone around the globe.
Everybody's feeling better.
Yeah. So this is definitely, August has not been great. Nothing bad's ever happened in September, so I'm hoping next month will be great. We'll be all good. All right, let's end it there. Don't forget to go to Go Figure. Go to Go Figure's channel. Premiere happening in about 20 minutes. 15 minutes. That, enough time for me to go make a coffee and chill. Go check out Gazz's links in the description for his Instagram. Go follow him over there. Adam, go check out Go Figure. If you're watching here, then you're already subscribed to Adam. All right, we're getting out of here. Thanks everyone in the chat. What's happened? Oh, that's right. That is true. Yep, that's what I mean. It's been one of those months, dude. I feel for you, buddy. But yeah, we're all fine. How are you? Yeah. All right, it's been crazy. Let's get out of here. Thanks, guys. Go Gazz!